for the practice problems with this, it's not going to take too long, but I'm going to assume that you can watch the Jacob Clifford video here, Microeconomics 3.8, Perfect Competition in the Short Run. And it's a great video where he does a good introduction to perfect competition. So in that video, he talks about that the firms produce identical products, and that firms that are perfectly competitive are price takers. And again, he does a great job of explaining the ideas behind these. The firm gets its price from the market. So again, if you watch his video, it's pretty quick and easy to understand. He even tells you that the demand curve for perfectly competitive firms are perfectly elastic. And he says the profit maximizing rule of quantity at MR equals MC. And then when a perfectly, so this part isn't necessarily part of it, but it's one to observe in his pictures. When a perfectly competitive firm produces an output that gives them a profit, where is the minimum ATC located in relation to MR and demand? So I'm going to quickly sketch a picture here. And this one is the same kind of picture that he has in his video, but we'll say that this firm has marginal cost and ATC, I kind of drew that actually a little too high, but we'll say that the marginal Mr. DARP is way up here, so it would have been a little easier had I drawn my ATC a little lower. ATC, and that's the marginal revenue, so they're going to produce here at MR equals MC, and you can see that in his video again, QF. The minimum here of ATC is not at QF, right? So that quantity right here at the minimum of ATC is what we called productively efficient in the previous video. So we would say that a perfectly competitive firm producing an output that gives them a profit is not productively efficient, because minimum ATC is actually to the left of, and to that idea, it's below where that demand curve is. In relationship to MR and demand, the minimum ATC is actually below it. It's not at it. So in a long run equilibrium, they would be. So now number 7 is actually another kind of practice problem related to this, but it doesn't come from his video. With number 7, I've left you some space here to graph if you want to, or you can actually do it without graphing it. So I'm going to show you how to do it without graphing it, and then I'll switch gears and show you how to do it with graphing. If we want to determine TR, we can find TR equals price times quantity, and we are given that the price is 15, and the quantity where they're producing at MR equals MC is 10. So 15 times 10 equals 150, so that's 150. If we want to determine TC, TC is the average total cost times the quantity, and the average total cost is 10 at quantity 10, so 10 times 10 equals 100. And we know that profit is TR minus TC, so that's just 50. And the profit per unit is just divided by the quantity, so that's 50 divided by 10, because we're producing 10 units, so that's 5. Now we can do this graphically as well, right? We can take a look here, and we have an upward sloping marginal cost, and we have a Mr. DARP, marginal revenue, and it says marginal revenue is at 15, so we're going to say 15, and we know that it's at the intercept is at 10, because marginal revenue equals marginal cost at 10. And then the ATC equals 10 at quantity 10, so that means the ATC is going to be down here, coming back up. So ATC, that point, is actually the $10. Okay, and then we can kind of see from there that you have a nice little profit rectangle, just like that. And then that profit rectangle is equal to $50. Let's take a look at 8 and 9. Number 8 says, in long run equilibrium, what's true for perfectly competitive firm regarding TR and TC? And we can find, if we graphed it, we could find that they would have to be the same. So they're equal to each other. But we can see that if we say we've got MR and MC, and we came down, came back up again, ATC, if this were $10 and this were 10 units, then we can find the total revenue is 10 times 10, because the marginal revenue is the price, so price equals that. So TR equals 100. But we also know the total cost is equal to 100, because the ATC is also 10 at 10 units. So the profit is normal economic profit, or zero is the other way to say that. So what kind of profit do they realize? They realize zero economic profit, or normal economic profit. So hopefully this helps you a little bit with part A in just a second. Go ahead and watch part B, the video from Jacob Clifford, and then we'll solve some of those problems.